All right. So let's start. Give me a second. Make sure I have all the data. All right, where was I? All right, so the ES. I'm not sure what time this was that it pulled back like this, but I was looking for this, for it to touch this, the high of the bar before the breakout and reverse. It must have done that overnight. I didn't see that happen, at least not on the SPY. So it must have been in the futures overnight. If you got it, great. The bonds. All right. It is having follow through, I think. All right. I don't get it. The bonds are up. ES is up as well, and this is now getting interesting. I thought this was going to reverse. You know why? I'll tell you why. On Bitcoin, right? So on Bitcoin, and I'll explain the logic here. All right. I know for a fact that on this break, people went short. All right. The volume increase is 114%. For sure, they went short. Now, where are stops? Where are the stops? They're above here, above that pivot. So new shorts established their position on this break. Existing shorts moved their stop here. So you have new shorts and existing shorts. Both their stops are right there. When you have this kind of break with price and volume and all that, they move their stops. So the first pullback didn't take out the stops. The second pullback did take out the stops because it went above the high. So here on this, what seems like a breakout, but I remember breakouts in downtrends are a lot of times they're traps. So and the bar after that was a down bar, and then today is an up bar. So I'm a little confused, but I know this: the stops have been taken. All right, so we'll just wait until you see a reversal and break. The other thing is they might be wanting to test somewhere in here. Not sure where. And then maybe we'll get the reversal. So who knows? On the dollar, which is the bottom right, the rally pulled back, and again, you didn't get an up thrust, but you did get a breakdown. The volume didn't expand. The range did expand. The range expanded, as you could tell by the red bar, the red histogram, but the volume didn't expand. Yesterday, it did expand by 17% from the prior day, but today it didn't. It actually is almost the same, a little 1% less. All right, next moving to crude. Crude took out this, and this is a good example of when the market goes to a low and it cannot take out that low. It didn't find the sells, so it's going to take out a pivot high. It took out that pivot high here. So now it gets really interesting, because that right there, folks, on top of that, that's an up thrust. It thrusted. So I mean, I'm not going to do it now, but what you should do is take a look at the turning point to confirm. You have to confirm that position was established, blah blah blah. But you can see that the volume increased 11.79%, possibly stops above that area as the market took out this low, and now they've been taken. Something's been taken. The volume has increased a little bit, and then you have a bar that's a close, down close. Gold. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to get the pullback. So that's all I have to say about gold. I was really looking forward to getting a pullback, but no pullback. I gave a pullback right to test the breakout, the high of the breakout, but I thought it was going to go a little bit deeper because usually this market's a little bit tricky, right? So it just did a regular test of the breakout, pulled back, and then took out the high. I took out and did the breakout on increase in volume of over 17%. So that's legit. All right, let's move. Okay, so SPY holding, see very low, small range. Didn't come back to test. You know, on the futures it did, but these daily bars on the SPY didn't. All right, now let's take a look at IWM. It doesn't take out the high. So SPY took out the high. IWM still hasn't taken out the high. NASDAQ takes out the high from a spring and is holding. Midcap does it as well. This market I was interested in. This is the transportation index. Basically, the industrials and transportations, they go hand in hand. Meaning one builds them, the other moves them. Transportation moves, industrial builds. So they work hand in hand. So here you have a breakout and you make a higher high. Here you make a higher high too. So this is confirming. All right. So only place we're not getting to confirm is the IWM, but even that is really close to breaking. All right. You see H is a high, H is a high, H, high, H here, edge here, makes a high, H, high. So they're all making highs. All right, now let's take a look at this. This market, it did 8% in 3 days, then 7% in 7 days, then 9% in 8 days. This high was only 4% so far. So it went from 6, 8, 7, 9, and now the last 2 waves won 3% and 4%. So we'll see if they're going to lose any momentum here, which would set up a pullback. But other than that, I mean, this market's been perfect. The way it's, it goes up, test, up, test, retest, up, retesting again. Right. So the market, the net new highs, you have 27, I think 2,700 or 270, I don't remember. I just take away all the extra zeros. So 27, 16, 16, goes back 15. On the last up wave, only 10. That's the smallest number, and it doesn't make a higher high. So I'm not sure if that's a warning sign yet. All I know is that it hasn't broken real low. But if you take a look from the high made on 115, I think it's 11:15 to now, it went from 15 to 10. So it's decreasing. But the market made a higher high. So when these divergence they come into play, usually that's a warning sign. But we wait. Obviously, you gotta be crazy to short right now. Pull back on everything, especially after the breakout. But this thing did not break out. I mean, there was a some less participation. All right. So let's see what's going on. All right. So this SPY, again, I explained to everybody, the market moves usually at 8:30. All right. There's just, the morning session is the most important session. And I'm going to do it again to show you. 8:30. What happened? Rally. Right? 8:30. What happened? They accumulate some. Rally. What? Okay. Now the next move, and these are one bricks. One brick here is like an entire trend intraday. Just want to call that out. So these are multiple bricks. So even just one brick is a small trade, but good enough for intraday. So 8:30, what happened? Rally. 8:33, the following day or whenever that was, what happened? The down move. Here you have 2:59. The next day again is 8:30. 8:30, rally. Goes up. Following day, what time is the pullback? 8:30. All right, now move. So these do not occur at 8:30. And go up. Here, this entire move down, 8:30. Yeah. Here you get 2 bricks at 9:30. Oh no, 9 o'clock. Then the next move again, 8:30. So basically all you want to know what to take away from this. Here's what you take away from this. Look at stocks at support and resistance levels at 8:30. Stocks which are at support and resistance levels at 8:30 have the highest probability of movement, especially continuation, meaning they do what they're supposed to at 8:30. So again, 8:30, 11:15, what is this? 11:17, test of the breakout, right? No breakout, test of the breakout. What happened? 8:30, boom. Even here, there's some movement at 8:30, but nothing significant. So that's really important to know that the way I use Renko is I look at, because here's the thing, when you have large institutions, right, they don't give a shit about your candlestick. They don't care if you're stochastic or this, that, they don't care. All they know is that this stock is at $100 now. It's worth a lot more than 100. It might be worth 150. And this is a reason why, and that reason why will be known later on to everybody else. So they have some information and they're able to make and they're able to ascertain that the value should be 150 and they're buying, and the stock right now is 100. Just like increase in property or increase in any asset, they think this asset is going to be worth a lot more or a significant amount more. So why not buy it now when you have a bear market or pullback or whatever? So that's what they buy. They're buying based on a projection that is higher than its current price. So what does that mean? That means when they buy based off of price. What is the price? Not based off of any level or whatever. Not level, but a candle. Not based on candle. So this will show you in a macro way, club those levels and show you the buying. So that's one reason why Renko is good. The second reason is that It gives clarity of trend, much more so than any bar chart, because you're looking at things as levels. You're taking a look at these bricks represent ranges or levels, and you're seeing the buying of the lack of it in there. So, and then you can combine it with other volume profile to sharpshoot the level. So I'll give you an example. Like you see, I'd call this well in advance, but I don't know why it's not working on my son of a bitch. It's still not working. Some reason, some data issue, I can't get this to work. Anyway, well, I don't know what to do. But here, I think it's going to work. Let me see. You see? And do you think that's a coincidence? Look at this. This brick has 163. I forget if it's million or I'm pretty sure it's million. 163 million. This biggest brick in biggest volume in 60 bricks. Yeah? Now you sharpshoot, or now you apply the profile, which is just all it's doing is it's opening up the brick. That's what it's doing. It's opening up the brick. The brick shows the biggest volume in 60 bricks. The profile I'm using to open up the brick and see where did this come from. And you see this green line, that's your point of control. To me, it's just a line of accumulation. Like in a point and figure chart, right? You have the X's and you're counting the X's. That is similar to this, and I'm using an analogy, as this is your count, meaning your count line, your line of X's, your line of accumulation. That's what, from a Wyckoff standpoint, you want to view this as. That is your line of accumulation. Your X's from where you do the count, right? This is your line of accumulation. And look what happened. It goes to it right here in the Wixit, and then look at the reversal. Boom. See? So this is very valuable in my view, and the way I use it. I think the Renko and the volume profile allow you to see the area of accumulation, the area of the breakout, and then the line of accumulation or pressure or distribution or absorption, that line of X's, or the line, which is your control. Yeah, it allows you to see that. So anyway, all right, where am I? So the point I want to make about the SPY is the SPY made a high, but there's some weakness in the net new highs. So I'm going to keep a lookout on that. I want to see how far these guys go, and if I get a reversal, I'll know where to establish the short, and I will catch the short. I've designed the whole thing to do that. Anyway, let's go to the next. Apple, you don't get a lot of follow through. I want to see what happens next week. I think they're building some type of block of, they're doing something like they did over here. So up, down, up, down, up, down. So there's something going on here, because it's holding off of the prior accumulation area. It is holding off on this area. All right, now why? So just wait for it to come back, build the base, and go. The other thing that I don't have here is watch workday. The workday, there's something going on in workday. W key day. I forgot what was it? WDAY, I think. There's something going on there. It might bleed. So just watch workday before I forget. All right. Meta also has a nice base. We'll see how far this thing goes. It's now testing the breakdown. All right. Amazon, weak. Microsoft is also very interesting to me because it's leading all of them. It's leading Amazon, it's leading Apple. I think it might, I'm not sure if it's leading Google. Maybe. Google breaks out as well. Microsoft breaks out, it takes out multiple highs. There's a base, possible down, up, down, little minor absorption, and breakout. So this I haven't gone deep dived it, but there is a possibility that this rally followed by this sideways movement was absorbing these highs, and now it's taken them out. So Nvidia, I don't know. The Qs in general have finally broken, but it's really questionable like where they're gonna go, because Amazon is still weak. Apple and Amazon, they haven't really given us the move. Once these two move, you're gonna see what happens. There's three. Amazon and Apple need to show some relative strength. Otherwise, the Qs are gonna be weak. And Tesla is also really weak. I mean, by now, I would have thought we were going to break out. Nvidia is the one that's leading the pack. It may actually made a high and doing quite well. All right, folks, have a good weekend. Yeah, keep an eye on this. Definitely on the euro, the long side. See if it has follow through. If it doesn't, because I'm waiting for that pullback to spring on the euro, or up thrust on the dollar, whatever. And definitely want to keep an eye on crude to see if this actually is an up thrust, because it took out this high, right? And it reversed today, but it didn't have a thrust down. So definitely want to watch crude and see when it has a thrust, whether it's going to continue to go down. If it has a thrust, it's going to give me high probability that it's going to take out the daily low. All right. And the dollar breaking, if it does that, markets will, I think it'll continue to go up. And for the gold, you want to see if it's in its next leg. So if it takes out these highs, all right? And the bonds I really don't care for. But Bitcoin is also, look for a reversal. I think they're bullshitting. All right, so it may go up a little and test and then reverse, but get ready for the reversal. That's what I mean. Because it's in up thrust position, but it hasn't broken yet. Now, let me see, it goes up, down, and then breaks. All right, so just wait for that reversal thrust down, and that's game over. All right, that's all, folks. Take care. Have a good weekend.